Hi, once again, I'm Bruno, and today I'll be talking about the question of what's the most effective or ineffective way that instructions can impact when it comes to giving them out to people. Well, the first thing that I learned this week was if you have a very broad uh, audience, the main thing that you have to be pay attention to is consistency. If you don't have a consistent set of instructions for what you're doing, maybe if you have a little bit too technical on the side of like you have to do a specific thing and someone who doesn't never touch a computer is trying to do, they won't be able to do it. Though those who are knowledgeable will. So when it comes to instructions, depending on the audience or the type of application it is, it's always important to keep it straightforward, simple, and professional so that everyone is capable of understanding what your instructions really are. Now, what a mental rule for myself is give a little more concise instructions because of my tutorial was a bit too unclear because I had some issues with my images. I wasn't able to create anything. Now, what's the role do visuals play in tutorials? Now, the biggest role that visuals play in tutorials is you don't necessarily always have to have visuals, but visuals help because if someone has trouble like finding out you have to click here and then click there and then type this in here, if you have an issue, they won't know what they did wrong, so they can't really backtrack to see what could have been done differently. So if you have a visual, you can essentially so you click on this button, it's like a little square. You put even an arrow towards it, and it will help the person who is trying to follow these instructions have a much easier time when it comes to doing that. Now, another thing I would like to talk about is visuals can also really help those who are really bad at following instructions when it comes to just reading. Some people are good at following just text, some people are really good at just following visuals. So the visual aspect really does help those who have trouble with visual learning. Other than that, thank you so much. Have a good night.